Welcome to the Salt Strong Podcast, disrupting fishing entertainment as you know it. Prepare to laugh. Prepare to get to know fishing legends in a whole new and unfiltered way. And on occasion, you might even learn a thing or two about fishing. Here's your host, Joe Simons. Like diamonds.
Fish on! It is showdown. What in the world is this? The smallest trout?
That's embarrassing.
Of the day, but it is a trout. Oh, it's off. We won't count that one and never touch the leader line, but here's what we're doing today, folks. We got the Polk County Tweaker rigged on a Haas Helix 1/8 ounce. Beautiful weedless hook there. See how it's skin hooked there? That's the Polk County Tweaker in Slam Shady color. Luke, what are you using?
Yes, I'm using a same color, but a totally different lure. This is a hard plug called the Skinny Lipper. So it's basically it's almost like a jerk bait, but in a hard plastic form, where single line hooks, that small little lip, it floats. When I twitch it, it dives down just a little bit. And I like it for conditions like this when it's windy. We had kind of this is spring now, but we just had a cold front come through. It's not super cold, but the fish aren't super aggressive. And this loud lure gets a bunch of attention, and in many cases will generate some good strikes. Right before we started, I caught a really nice trout on it. Definitely over 20 inches.
Yeah, so Luke's like, hey, let's do a podcast so I can show everyone me beating you and catching big fish. But that was a solid trout.
Yeah, and I started fishing before Joe did, so I can't say for certain that Joe wouldn't have caught it with that tweaker or not.
Polk County Tweaker, the most addicting lure on the market. Yeah, we're just fishing a flat. It's if you look down here, Joel, it's a couple feet deep. Some of the potholes get a little bit deeper, and that's what we're looking for. Some of these little potholes out here on this flat. Potholes form a structure. Whoa, Luke's stopping us there, not telling anybody.
We're in a good spot right here, where basically the action we've had so far has been out in these potholes. And right now we've got pothole, like we're in between a bunch of potholes. We can cast in all directions. And
talk about why potholes, because
I just had a nice one.
Set the hook into the trolling motor.
Yeah, that didn't help my chances.
No, it's really
yeah, so we just had this late season front, and what that does when we're still wearing jackets even though it's like 10 o'clock. What that does is that'll push the fish to a little bit deeper water. Overnight the shallows get the coldest, and every little bit of added depth will just help moderate the temperature, and so those fish will just naturally gravitate towards nearby deep zones. This is a big island with shallow grass flats all around it, and then these pockets, these deeper pockets of water, should be holding a good amount of fish, even though they're not super aggressive.
JoJo is and he's off. Usually where there is one, there is more than one.
Yeah, I was hoping to get revenge on that one, but it felt me.
Dang. This
little zone right there looks nice, too good.
And occasionally you can get some reds and stuff as well.
Yes, reds and snook will do the same thing.
But in this area in particular, probably mostly trout, but we'll see. Dude, something just nailed me right there. Dang, there must be a little school of them.
Yeah, basically as, it's about 10 o'clock now, we have basically no clouds at all in the sky, and so as the water warms, we should be able to start picking off some better fish up there closer to the trees as well, up in the shallower water.
Have you done any tests on the different Skinny Lipper colors yet?
Nope, not yet. I have a hard time going away from Slam Shady.
I know, I do too. Someone had asked us that recently, like, you guys came up with these colors. Like, yeah, it's just because you guys keep requesting them. And for the most part, if you look at my tackle box, pretty simple. You'll see a lot of white, a lot of Slam Shady, little sparkles.
Yeah, I've done a lot of color tests with other lures, and it's been very rare when, as long as you're not using a bad color, but as long as you, I've been using Slam Shady versus Gold Digger, like a light versus dark, or even the Fred, which is pink versus light or dark. And there hasn't been a situation where one catches fish while the other one doesn't. Sometimes there's been a little bit sway, but it's usually about 50-50. So a lot of it comes down to confidence. Well, dang, I just missed another one.
And sometimes you want to go with a dark color, like our upcoming Turd Ferguson. Yes, we really do have a color called Turd Ferguson coming out that we've been talking about forever. And talk about some of the science behind it. Yes, there is science behind it, and we're just not guys that sit here trying to come up with funny names.
Yeah, so trout cannot see the color green, which is new intel that I've recently learned. Oh, there we are.
The nice one?
Oh. It's felt bigger at first. But so trout cannot see the color green, and what they actually see, like green is one of my favorite colors. Like watermelon, like we used to do for tournaments, like green, like watermelon jerk shad now, like it's a ladyfish.
Doesn't count.
Yeah, it doesn't count. But so green works great, and what they actually see is brown. And so now we're gonna make, like, I've never seen an actual brown colored lure. So we're gonna make a brown lure called the Turd Ferguson.
And so, like, how do we know this, by the way? The science behind.
Pat was doing some research and found a study about spotted sea trout, and they could not see the green spectrum. And then he found a color. It's some sort of program. It was obviously for humans. Like, there's a lot of humans who can't see the color green either. And
there we go. Oh man, I am just missing these fish.
And so humans who can't see the color green, there we are, another one.
There we go. I'm on now.
Double.
Golly.
Oh, mine just got off too.
Yeah, sharpen my hooks here.
So what? Instead of green, they see brown. So that's the theory, and every theory is worth testing. So we have some on order coming in, and we'll see how they do.
All right, so people who are colorblind, you said, also see?
Oh, so they see brown. People who can't see green see brown.
So they're basically just fish in disguise.
Pretty much.
Fish with trousers. Yeah, that's gonna be a funny one. Doo-doo brown. Another new color.
Dang, I just had one pop it out of the water.
So how are you retrieving yours?
I'm doing a really jerky slash bait type retrieve right now, just to get a bunch of attention.
Yeah, I feel like either I was having ladyfish hit or small trout back there, because they were hitting left and right.
That's usually ladyfish. If you ever get a lot of strikes and they're not connecting, it's usually ladyfish. They are great at kind of bumping lures without eating them. Trout will usually suck it down, especially the soft plastic. Hard lures, they'll miss a lot.
There we go.
Ooh, that one sounds better.
There we go.
Ooh, I just had another one.
Oh yeah, that's a solid trout there. Get him in for these birds come all tacking.
That might be.
Oh no!
Oh.
Well, leader, I touched it at least that time. Quick release. Saved him from the birds. That was a solid trout. All right. I don't think that was as big as the one that you had.
No, but it was close. It's getting up there.
Go back in that same little area. Not the cast I wanted there, Bob. Not the cast I wanted. Yeah, a little Dr. Juice saltwater slam. Make sure I rig this weedless.
Yeah, I'm either getting ladies or trout too. I can't tell what these are, but I get in one little zone over here and they hit it. Hit and miss. So I'm assuming it's ladyfish. I'll try one more cast and then we can start moving.
Man, look at all these stinking. What is it? Cormorant?
Cormorant.
Yeesh.
AKA water turkey.
AKA annoying bird. So do you think they can eat trout that big like that?
I don't think they'd be able to eat one that big, but you never know.
I see him down here scarfing down pinfish like it's going out of style. So annoying.
We're gonna pick up and move.
And so what do you got? You got a 7 pound on that one, or is that 10?
We've got a 7 line on this one.
Have you found a big difference?
And when it's rough like this, it doesn't matter, but on calm, clear days, it definitely matters.
Okay.
Whereas like literally whoever's using this setup catches the most and biggest fish.
You mean when it's just like no wind?
Yeah.
Or in a really wind protected area with...
Like sight fishing reds.
Yeah.
And then it depends on the area. Like we're in Tampa Bay now, this area gets a lot of pressure. And so fish are used to being wary of lines or like any sort of oddity. They're gone. And so it's a big deal here. Maybe not like in Louisiana where we're just putting lures dropping lures right on their heads. They could care less. So it depends on area, but if you're in a high pressure zone, the lighter the line that you go, the bigger difference you're gonna see.
All right. This area looks too good over here not to have some trout.
Yeah, I might have to pin this down right here. This spot looks real good.
Man, all these potholes, little grass, got bait, birds. Oop, I just got a thump. Yeah, it might be these ladyfish. They're just swiping. Because normally if you watch some of that underwater footage of the trout hitting, they don't just kind of come up and swipe, they inhale. Where these ladyfish coming in at 100 miles an hour, swipe, swipe, hey. Oh, birds. You see that new Pelican shirt design?
No.
Pretty funny. We
From
got
Mike?
a new, what's that?
From Mike?
No, from our shirt guy's wife who made the Otis.
Okay.
Who made the Otis t-shirt. Remember the Otis?
Oh,
she
yeah.
did that one, if you recall. So stay tuned. We got some new shirt designs coming, including a Polk County Tweaker. We might even have to do a vote off to see which one is the preferred. You saw both of them yesterday?
Yeah, pretty funny.
Oh, funny. One of them is easy to understand. The other one is got a lot of...
Yeah, it's a lot to take in.
Yeah, it really is. So you know the backstory when you see it. Or at least when we first did it, we were Googling Polk County Tweaker to see what would come up in Google. And the first thing that came up was this lady in the middle of the day vacuuming her front yard grass. Polk County Tweaker. And so, I had a truck come right up and then it saw the bird and said, I'm out. I go. And so we're like, man, it'd be pretty funny if we had a t-shirt design where we had a lady she had like an ankle bracelet on, if you know what I'm talking about. Meaning she wasn't supposed to be leaving her home in the first place. And vacuuming grass, but underneath the grass is water with a bunch of redfish. And kind of, oh man, one of those puffers got my tail. Stinking puffers. So anyhow, that's what one of the designs looks like. And so when you now see it, knowing what you know now, you're gonna be like, ooh, that's actually pretty cool. And the design actually looks great. It just, if you didn't know what it was, then again, man, looking for a conversation starter shirt, kind of like the vegetarian one or the no bananas on board. Anytime I wear that no bananas on board hat, like in an airport or something, I get comments every single time.
Yep.
Hey, what's that mean? What you guys like bananas? These potholes look too good.
Yeah, I just had a trout come up and swipe it, then a cormorant chase it off.
So we're getting a little, well, that's a pretty deep pothole there.
Yep.
So what does it go from a couple, 3-4 feet deep?
Yeah, it was probably 4 or 5 feet deep, and then it's gonna get up to about 2 up here. And what's normally the case is that once we get up in the shallows, which we're gonna start doing now, is that usually the bigger fish are gonna be up here. Especially if we can find a zone with some mullet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, mullet is key. We took out some people recently, and I think they learned a lot. Just watching how to fish an area, and a couple of them, hadn't spent much time in a boat, or really any time in a boat, more kayak fishing, and like, oh, that makes so much sense. and even what to look for and when to stop. Because I mean, every time you stop, and assuming you're going to fish the area for 15 minutes, maybe it takes you 5 minutes to position and really get in the spot that you want. That's just 20 minutes gone that you could have been fishing in a better zone. So why not only stop and fish in areas that have structure and bait like mullet and birds? It just makes sense. Even that nice redfish that we caught, Luke.
Yeah.
Guess what was right next to it?
A bird.
A white bird. It's known as an egret.
Yeah, one thing about this light line is this launches. Like I almost got stuck in the mangroves.
It's like a football field away. What do you think about it? I don't know that I've ever lost my tail on a tweaker.
Well, pufferfish will bite through anything.
Have a meaning, should I keep fishing or?
As long as it has a good dart in the motion, yeah, it should keep. It's designed to keep working, so I'd keep charging with it.
Tweaking. What stinking bird? Golly, those things.
Yeah,
Ruthless.
if you see these cormorants, please do not feed any of the wildlife. Cormorants, dolphin, do not feed the wildlife. Somebody's been feeding these.
Yeah, they have got no fear. Come right to your boat.
I think it's actually a felony too, if I know.
To feed them?
Yeah, at least.
Should be.
Yeah,
felony to feed them or injure them or kill them or anything. So don't feed them. And then we won't all be mad at them.
Yeah, so as far as just back to fishing tips, this is going to be a much more odds of catching some snook and redfish. Snook and redfish usually like to hold near a shoreline. And now we have the shorelines plus the seagrass, multiple forms of structure. We have odds of big trout plus reds plus snook.
We got the wind at our backs, so we don't have to get that close. We make long casts.
Yeah, it's like a mid tide right now, so it's a little bit too shallow for the fish to be pushed way up under the trees. So this is a good time to be out here. And my only worry is that it's just got too cold last night, where it might have knocked everything off the shallows. We just didn't get enough fish in that deep hole to make me feel that they're all holding in there. Other hole ahead of us.
Oh yeah, I see it. All right, come on, red. Wouldn't mind catching a redfish in your face. Also, too, these chapter events are continuing to really grow, which is awesome, and some really cool guest speakers. I know the Mad Snooker spoke at a couple of them in the South Florida area, and people absolutely love that. So, Dave, Mad Snooker, if you're listening, thank you so much. But just a great way to meet friends. I know a lot of you maybe didn't spend your whole life here, or maybe you moved here recently, or maybe, man, I don't know if I'm getting hit. This thing's just messing up. Or maybe just want to go out in a boat with someone and meet some cool people who like to fish and are positive. I can't think of a better place to meet fellow anglers than one of these chapter meetings. So make sure to be in the community.saltshore.com, and see where the chapter meetings. There's 17 of them now, all over the place, and it's every month. Completely free, which is even better. And there's giveaways, free tackle at every single one, speakers, and fellowship. Really, really cool. It's really been neat to see these growing.
Yeah, good people do. It's not like it's just like 5 people showing up and talking about. There's like usually like 70 to 120 people.
Yeah.
It's a good showing. A lot of great people. Met some really cool folks through there, and yeah, it's nice to see just so many now fishing together.
All right, I got to make a cast up in here. Oh, I see you. And this looks so good.
Yeah, I can't believe nothing's holding in this big old hole right here.
Well, let's get the tweaker in there and see what happens. But keep the feedback too about these podcasts. This is obviously a live on the water one. We didn't do them a lot in the wintertime. It was just it was kind of a crazy winter, if you recall. Like, it seemed like every week it was cold and windy and rainy, snowy. No, it's a different state. Oh man, did you see that cast lid? Service strike. But let us know if you like these, or if there's certain things you want to see. We enjoy doing them. Like I said, we kind of got away from it for a while, and now we're back. Oh, am I hooked? Oh. Thought I was hooked on you there for a second. Yeah, so let us know what kind of fishing. Some of the best ones we've done, that at least in terms of views, Luke, were some of the live bait ones. Maybe when you get back and just take some shrimp and hit some bridges, sheep's head, snappers. Think about that, Jack.
See what the comment feed says. Yeah, if y'all want to see live bait, we'll do it.
Yep.
I like it all.
We're out of time there, Joel? Oh boy. Our video guy says we are running out of camera battery. Right from that fishing earlier today. So guys, thank you so much. We will wrap it up here, and we'll declare neither of them a winner because we don't have enough time to do it.
This is a slow one. Some of these are slower than others. You never know.
Yeah, that's the beauty of these live ones. You get to see what really happens. So we started off better in the potholes, and as we got shallower, we thought with the sun coming up that we'd see more fish up here, but we're not. So either Joel is really out of batteries or he's bored to death. Either way, we appreciate you guys big time. And if you haven't heard, we are raising the prices significantly in the Insider Club. However, anyone who already has a membership is locked in and grandfathered in for life, the life of your membership, of course. So you can't leave and come back. You have to pay more. So thank you guys so much. If you're already a member, once again, you're locked in. You will not see an increase in the price, which is awesome. If you are not a member, join now. Don't pay more later. It makes no sense because we're raising this significantly, 50 and maybe even 100% over the next 12 months. We've never raised prices in the 8 years we've been doing this, and it's finally time. We got some really big things coming with the app, with new tackle discounts, with new things, tournaments, and some other live events. And it just makes sense we have to pay for it. Once again, unlike most companies who raise prices on everyone, we're only doing it on anyone new who comes in after that date. So get in now at saltstrong.com. Otherwise, we'll talk to you on the next episode. We out. Peace.
See ya.
'Cause fishing, it's in my